Okay, so our cache is done. And if you take a look at it, looks pretty good. There's two problems I can see though right off the bat. Is check out this spawning down here. Bop. And it disappears. Bop. I mean, that's below the ground. And that's because up here, our spheres that we source from are right on the ground plane. So we need to cut off the bottom there. Easy enough. Use a clip. The clip is already on the 0 here. So if I go over to, let's say, 62, which is the one that we've been working with. Oh, not actually on the thing there. There it is. So there we go. Cuts off the bottom. Off. On. Easy enough. The other issue is that the wind, the pop wind that we made, is still blowing the stuff when it's on the ground. And that's not bad, but I think it's just going to be distracting. So go over to the pop wind here, and let's say we have amplitude affecting everything right now. So let's turn on the use vex expressions. What the vex expressions allow you to do is any parameter on these pop objects, you can modify per point using vex expressions. So what we're going to want is to go to collision behavior on the solver, turn on add hit attributes. All we want is the attributes. We don't need it to change how it responds. We still want it to, bounce a little bit when it hits the ground here so that it slides like that. Still want that. But I also want the hit total thing here. I want to know how many hits there has been. So that over here I can say, what parameter do we want to change? We want to change the amplitude. If the amplitude is 0, then there's no wind applied. I can see that the parameter is called amp. So I just say amp without any sort of @ signs or anything else. Just say amp is equal to, and we'll just do like a conditional statement here. I'll say, is the hit total 0, which means it hasn't hit the ground yet. That's going to return 1. Now we'll just multiply it by the 1.5 that I originally wanted. If the hit total is anything else, this is going to value to 0, and 0 times that will still be 0. So you can see, if I run this, I don't see, I guess I should be out here, I don't see the explosions underground anymore, and I don't see any errant movement after this stuff has already come to a stop. But there is still the wind being applied to it while it's in the air. Great. So let's now recache that. We could up the version, but I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to overwrite. I know I'm never going to want the old version again. And this will be done before we even know it. So now on the other side of this sim, there's two things left. We want to control the size of the particles, the way they render, and we're going to want to control the color. So there it is already. So it's like that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to skip to the end and say, put an out here. But somewhere in here, let's say, right around here, let's render this and see what it looks like.